There are a lot of arguments that people put out there about this series, Pocket Monster, mainly towards the newer games, and by newer games, I mean anything that isn't Gen 1 and maybe 2 if they're feeling generous. These people are known as Gen 1ers, or as I refer to them, Gen 1 jabronis, a suitable phrase for these people, and it's kind of fun to say. You know those people that bring up all those stupid arguments towards every newer Pokemon game, while acting like they're making valid points, but it turns out the only valid point they end up making is that they're fucking idiots because they say shit like, "Designs are so uncreative these days. They aren't even trying anymore," said some dickhead who hasn't actually played Pokemon since Space Jam was relevant and only knows one design outside of Generation 1 because they found out what Vanillite was a week ago. Oh my god, these guys are really running out of ideas. An iced cream Pokemon? What is this preposterous pocket monstrosity? I'll stick with my Ebola blobs, thank you very much, sir. But the whole argument about Pokemon designs being uncreative, it's definitely an ignorant fucking argument, but there must be some designs out there that actually back it up. There are some designs that I can guarantee were made when some guy was finished designing all the new Pokemon for a next generation, and he showed them to his boss and he was like, 99? 99? New Pokemon? Damn it! I asked for 100 pocket monstrosities! And thus, these 5 lazy pocket monstrosities were conceived. And just for the record, I'm not gonna go for the completely obvious lazy designs that people call out like Magneton, Dugtrio, Dotrio. I mean, yeah, they're pretty damn lazy evolutions, but there was an original source of creativity to begin with within their pre-evolved forms. So yeah. I mean, I'm no king of card games or anything, but I think this Pokemon is based on some kind of pine cone. A Pokemon based on a pine cone. To be fair, it's quite a creative concept to make a Pokemon out of when you think about it. The idea sounds all good on paper when you imagine potential designs that could be made based on one of these coned softwoods. But then it turns out the Pokemon they made is literally a pine cone, and it's just... I really don't know what I expected. The concept, it was creative. The execution, blunt and barely penetrated the spine. Because they just made a pine cone and gave it eyes. Based on its type, it barely stands a chance in hell against fire, and the biggest fight it will have is versus fire types. But based on its design, it barely stands... It just barely stands. And in actuality, the biggest fight Pineco will ever have is versus gravity. You know, this design's all fine and dandy, but moving? Is that even a thing? With this thing? It hops around. Either way, that's still one hell of a fight against gravity. Just to top it off, it feels like they were even lazy with its name. It's almost like they lost focus halfway through naming it, like Pinecone. Fuck it. Gentlemen, we need a name for our latest design. One that our fans will read and say, "That's a damn good name. I wish I'd thought of that because goddamn is it a good name." Anyone? I have a name. How about we call it Ducklet? Ducklet? Did you really just say Ducklet? Yes! That's the shit I like to hear. I'm promoting you to King of Card Games. Yeah. The design is just as lazy as its name. They at least tried with the name for Pineco to make it a bit different, but this, they just straight up called it Ducklet. That's fucking... Come on. That's like if they named Dragonite Dragon, or if they named Sylveon Faireon. It's like Seal being called Seal. Oh shit. They actually did that. Oh well, it could have been worse. It's not like they called something like Umbreon, I don't know, Blackie or something. Oh god, they didn't really call Umbreon Blackie, did they? Okay, well, they did. In Japan, apparently, so it's a thing. Wait, that's kind of weird because the meaning of my real name is Blackie. Therefore, I am Umbreon. Well, to anyone who guesses my actual name based on that, you get one clap. One clap. And no more. With Pineco, it was a fucking pinecone with eyes that hops around, so obviously it's the kind of weird shit you would expect to see in Pokemon, but this, they They found a stock photo of a cartoon duck and made it blue. There's near enough nothing that separates it from being a normal duck in a Pokemon. It might as well be one of those real life animals you see in the Pokemon world that has no powers and shit, so they're just kinda left out. Like any character in the Avatar universe that isn't able to bend anything. It's just so damn basic. From the looks of it, more effort was put towards deciding what type Steelix should be than towards making this design. Steelix. Voltorb. Yeah, this one was pretty obvious, because, you know, it's a Pokeball with eyes, a really damn pissed off Pokeball with eyes, a genderless Pokeball with eyes. You know, it's hard to be cynical with this one, even though it's lazy. I still like it. But it's just, you know, this. It's just this. Just thinking of all the varying Pokemon designs out there. The creativity goes all the way from Crobat to Cofagrigus, from Houndoom to Sylveon, from Legends to... Hey! Yeah. Remember that time Pokemon made a Pokeball with eyes? And then somewhere down the line, they made a Pinecone with eyes? Well, somewhere in between, they made eggs with eyes as well. Eggs with eyes. With faces. They even have their own little faction and everything. They've got it all. Okay, so Voltorb is just a pissed off Pokeball. But at least when they came up with the idea for the Pokeball, they had to be creative when they designed how a monster capturing pocket device would look and function. And then there's the Haunter theory along with it, and it even acts as a trap for players. But these are just eggs. They're goddamn eggs! I don't know if you've noticed yet, but there's been an ongoing pattern on this list. Something along the lines of, I've got it! A Pinecone! With eyes! A Pokeball! With eyes! Eggs! With eyes. These guys even got lazy with the formula they use to make lazy designs. When it's been a long day at the office down at Game Freak, when they're low on ideas and the creativity is running dry, apparently the designers like to lay out a bunch of random objects and sprinkle a nice packet of googly eyes over them to see what they get. By that logic, anything can be a Pokemon. I can make all sorts of Pokemon with this method. A guitar? It's a Pokemon. A Duke Nukem bust? Yeah, sure, it's a Pokemon. Final Fantasy IV? You know what? Fuck it, that can be a Pokemon too. And that's how it's done. Where in the goddamn hell is my King of Card Games promotion, Game Freak? Missing no. They were so lazy with this one, they didn't even make a sprite for it. Actually, there's one more design. One more that's just as lazy as something which was never meant to happen. That pocket monstrosity of a design is none other than Deden. Dedenne? Double D? I still don't know, and quite frankly, I don't give a damn. This tubby little Pikachu Raichu plus Minimum, that one from Gen 4 ripoff, isn't worthy of any kind of damn I could ever give. Seriously, we don't need another one of these. No one wants another one of these. Pokemon shouldn't be ripping off their own ideas. They have so many other companies doing that for them. I don't care if it's a fairy, that doesn't justify this at all. The fairy typing was through onto this thing because why the fuck not? I guess it was the creators trying to give this thing a reason to exist, but what's the point when they were even lazier with its moveset? What fairy moves does it have? Play rough and that's it. Oh wait, how could I forget? It knows Charm, but with a design like this, that move is not very effective. But how exactly did you gain the skills to be the hero of the day? It wasn't any NASA training, no. Was it education? No. Was it Buzz Lightyear? No. Was it fucking Obama? No. Was it this picture of Kanye West enjoying a delicious ice cream? It's possible. He's a god. He's a god. But for the most part, it wasn't any of those. You survived because you...